Now it is well known that our similarity in behavior pattern with the great apes is deep down in our genes. 98.5% of human genes are similar to those of the chimpanzee. DNA comparison indicate that pan-homodivergence was completed between 5.4 to 6.3 million years ago. Again, orangutan, the great apes of Southeast Asia, differ much more from humans genetically, indicating a more distant evolutionary relationship. Now that you know that 2.5% of your genes are different from those of the chimpanzee, you would possibly like to compare as to how different you are from them. In a comparison of the human and the chimpanzee skeleton, it is observed that the human spine exits from the center of the skull, while the chimpanzee spine exits from the rear of the skull. Secondly, the human spine is S-shaped, while the chimpanzee spine is a slight curve. Thirdly, the human pelvis is a bowl shaped, while the chimpanzee pelvis is longer and more narrow. Fourthly, the human femur angle inward to the knees, while the ape femur angle out a bit. Fifth, the human knee can support more weight than the ape knee. As you see, humans have very strong knees, and that is because they have to hold up the upright skeleton. One of the most common diseases afflicting the people today is knee problems. The next thing that is very noticeable in humans is the arch-shaped foot. Now, this is different from the chimpanzees because the chimpanzees are flat-footed. This arch shape is important again because the arch helps to hold up a lot of weight. The next most important anatomical change is in the region of the hands. Now, we all know that the primates have grasping hands with opposable thumbs. Now, these hands of the primates as well as the monkeys, they were used to hang on to trees. And so grasping is a very important aspect of their ecological balance. In case of humans, however, this has developed in a very different direction. We have come out of the trees, but then we have used our hands to manipulate things. What we have developed in our hands is technically known as fine motor skills. So although our fingers are shorter, they are more versatile. The third and fourth most important anatomical changes that have taken place in the primates is in the region of the head. In case of primates, what we observe is a flattened face. The flatter, the more humanoid the primate looks like. This is at variance with the other animals. You see a photograph of an ass and a cartoon of an ass. The cartoon looks more humanoid. That is because the region of the face that is in the upper portion is flattened. Secondly, binocular vision. Having eyes in front of your head gives you a three-dimensional vision. Now that is important because it gives us a more intelligent idea of what we see. Considering the head, two other important aspects come into the picture. The first is the size. Human heads are comparatively larger among the primates. The other aspect is a ridge-like eyebrow. humans have lost the ridge-like eyebrow. Finally, and perhaps the most important of these changes, is that the primates have developed a reduced reproductive rate. Now, this is what it makes them so caring for their young. In other words, they have to be caring for their young. But you might wonder, what has this got to do with geology? Well, let's wait till the end. Presently, let us draw our attention to what happened to our skulls between 4 million years ago to the present. 4 million years ago, it is the Australopithecus afarensis that enters the picture. It appears that the skulls of a branch of primates, the great apes, our hominin ancestors, increased in size to contain their increasing brains from 400 cc as in Australopithecus to 700 cc as in Homo habilis to 800 cc as in Homo erectus to 1000 cc as in Homo neanderthals to 1500 cc as in Homo sapiens sapiens. This is of course associated with a range of intermediates known and still to be discovered. Now I believe you would call this progress. Let not this graph make you simply suppose that you are the sole occupant of a summit that has been laboriously climbed and by extension somehow earned. You are not. We are simply the last surviving twig on a vast, intricately branching bush